And welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last episode, we took on yet another dungeon. This dungeon had brand new loot for us, which, not gonna lie, it's grown on me. Still like the other stuff better, but it's grown on me. And we completed that dungeon to advance the story. Because why else did we do a dungeon? Clearly we didn't do it for the loot, right, Orbo? Yeah, so let's just jump straight into this. You ready for your first full-length episode in how long now? Ready as you ever be. Well, let's do it. By the way, thanks for the energy, Orbo. I need it because I'm running a bit low at the moment. Alright, goblin friend. You took care of your problem. Not gonna bother with those sound effects. Goodly Uplander has thinks of Gobby Flock. You're a flock? Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Alright, sure. Brave Flock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Oh, yeah, we're doing this for food, aren't we, for a banquet? Oh yeah, cheese of all things. Cheese is stinky sweet gobby treat. Special bake with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda. That actually works, I like that. Brave Flocks ever say. Gobby gouda, I like that. Alright, so is this the last bit of stuff I need for your frickin' banquet? Yes, I'm going to fast travel. Yes, it's lazy. Don't care. I think this is everything for the banquet, which means it might be time to fight Titan. Ooh, won't that be fun? I hope it's fun. Alright. I've got your warm meat, your cheese, and an egg. Am I done? Sniff sniff. I gather you solved the Brave Flock's little problem. Now here's your gobby gouda. By the gods, the unholy stench, this is, definitely goblin cheese. Which way you say it like that makes it sound disgusting. I would know, but it just doesn't sound right. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant to such things. Especially because it's goblin. I still remember when I heard what kind of milk they use. Don't wanna ask that one. Let's just move on. Oh yeah, I was going with the all classes. That way, any class we've leveled up in the future has some decent gear. Bravo, Mechanist. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet of giant turtle egg, warm meat, and goblin cheese. That does not sound like a banquet for friends, but enemies. But who am I to guess? I don't have a taste bud or sense of smell, so maybe it is delicious. Yeah, I doubt it too, Orbo. Well, let's see, banquet, but what good is an exact feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Aperitif. Oh, of course. You need a drink to go with a meal, so I guess there's one more fetch quest. Luckily, I know is just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport, pretty obvious name, and seek out Chamonix Lomini. That's your name? Another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip and he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this was merely a plot to test your patience, I assure you, I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Moni, my regards. Alright, time to get some wine, and I never tuned. Yes, Orbo, we know I'm a fool. Let's just move on, please. I was going to do that, then I got interrupted. Audio problems, you remember how we had to both fix that. That was annoying to deal with. And I kind of forgot where we were going, so... tab number 2, number 3, works for us. Normally it's supposed to be, what, 3 times the charm, I think is the saying? Whatever. You know what works for us? Whatever works, right? Yeah. Well, we're almost level 40, 20 more and we can play a samurai and a red mage. 10 more plus being MSQ and we can get the machinist. So close yet so far. Alright, there's the ferry skipper. Take us back over there, I got a tune. 40 goes, like what's the point? I can probably get that from killing a few monsters and selling their parts. Why bother charging? Alright, here we are, now let's go attune this time. Because that's right next to the mission anyway, so it works out. Technically, no, I was gonna say I'm optimal, but if we had done it the first time we could teleport. I think it's about the same time both ways, right, Orbo? Yeah, something like that. I don't want to do math. I'm here to game, I'm not a calculator. Alright, so first thing first, giant crystal looks exactly the same everywhere you go. Tuning? What kind of tune? Well, actually, isn't probably crystal glasses, right? I was gonna say, what kind of sound does a crystal make? Cut to crystal glass. A decipher? Oh wait, this isn't the mission. But what is that? Okay, buried treasure coffers and remove. Okay, you can do treasure hunting apparently. I did say these blue quests are important to do. But like I said, we can do that off camera one day if we're stuck. This one, Money. This is who we want to talk to. That's a big barrel. Donkey Kong will be proud. Sweet grime and blood. I, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken, what brings you to Wineport? I don't know, maybe some of your wine? In order, let me guess. A request for our finest vintage I can muster. Sniff sniff. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there is also the cough, unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. I just brought that. How did I already have goblin stench on it? Yes, Master Gegger Ruju, let's call him Ruju, would not settle for anything less than the best drink, and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. That he's trying to test my patience. But perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you have no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Yeah, I'm not here to smell. Life could be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire, why, that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary. Of course. So, say what you will about the nature of that work, I can deny that it pays well. It does for me now. But you grow impatient, and the drink must have, and what's his face must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. Sure, the best vintages in town are hoarded by Berglund, we'll call that, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. These names. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Now great, what's he want me to do? Let's see, we killed a turtle for an egg, killed a worm for a chunk of meat, and took care of a dragon for some cheese. Something tells me you want to kill a fish for your wine. What do you think, Orbo? A fish or something else? Okay, you're just saying not a fish. Great contribution right there. Let's rake out your bottle of this wine. The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. That seems kind of harsh. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Venter bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I will sooner serve you goo-boo, not gonna say that, than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Well, we'll see what you have to say. And I only say that because it's an MSQ. I know we're going to be able to get his wine somehow. I take it he said no, really in those words. Well, I cannot say that I'm surprised. While there is no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa the Mensa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternate approach. We're not stealing it, are we? Ooh, more potions. I need to craft these. Let's see. Strength, dexterity, vitality, intelligence, and mind. So they're all buff potions, huh? I think the potion of strength might be good, just because I feel like a lot more classes rely on strength. Or, I'll think about it. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, that's asking a lot, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. That's not good. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, not a story that starts with long ago, the not gonna bother of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing wine that never before seen quality. Bacchus grapes, of course Bacchus, were once the pride of this town as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. I don't need a history on wine, I just need a bottle for a feast that I'm not even going to be a part of. Part of my enthusiasm, you see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. And then spent the next week, you don't know where, right? It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh, and was one with all creation. How much did you drink? I know, right? Sigh, but all is too often said, the calamity changed that. Of course blame it on the calamity. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remained is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. Yeah, makes sense. If we cannot convince, not gonna try to say his name, was called buyer, to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine to offer them every go we can spare, and to offer them every go we can spare. Okay, can we just pause for a second? This is just a feast. I can understand getting the worm meat, just go hunt down a worm. I can understand the goblin cheese, they probably make it all the time. I can understand the egg. It's just a regular egg from a tough monster. But why does this bottle of wine have to be so good and so... I mean, is it a banquet for foreign dignitaries? Just give me a good bottle of wine that's not going to make people sick. I don't need the legendary Bacchus wine. I mean, come on, game. If the other ones were of high quality too, it would make sense, but we can just go hunt down another worm. Go hunt down another egg. Go wait until the next batch of cheese is ready. Why do you have to put so much into a legendary bottle of wine? Yeah, neither do I, Orbo. Neither do I. Okay, let's see. I've heard rumors that one of its vigor... I'm not gonna try to say that word, I'm just not. Tending to the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Yep, all for a legendary bottle of wine for just some random people. Also, I can fight Titan. This is just such a worthless quest. The other ones I didn't mind. This one, though, ooh, so worthless. And where is this person? Probably upstairs, ain't it? If there's an upstairs. Hand? Give me a hand, please. Wow, that's like not much faster at all, even though I know it is. Sprinting is faster, I'm pretty sure. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years late. Thanks for the no help. Can I go through here? Nope. Alright, where's this last person hiding? Was it in the buildings unless I missed them? Does this gate open? Probably not. Of course not. Oh, there you are. You're not in the building, you're behind the building. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Dang. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamned house. Yeah. I guess it is kind of hard to account for something like that. I feel sorry for you. But that doesn't help me with my quest. Because, again, why do we have to have legendary wine? Can't we just get a good bottle? It doesn't have to be the best bottle, just a good bottle. Whatever. Whatever, we move past it, we complete the MSQ, let's get it done. No, look, most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. No one would have, it's too good for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due to, in part to my Let me try that again. See, I'm low on power. Thanks for getting that energy again. It's so helpful. After this recording session, we'll hook it up. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. Yeah, sounds like you just want another bottle. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. Oh wait, you're blind? Sorry to hear that. Oh yeah, you can barely see the bandages. Ah, that's why they were talking about smell. And you have the one guy teach you about trickery. Okay, I understand now. Still, you're using me to get a legendary bottle of wine that is not needed. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. Yeah, go ahead, but, I'm more than happy to help you find Bacchus wine for yourself as a side mission later. Right now, I'm trying to fight Titan. And I didn't read that. Whoops, who cares? Moving on. I must say, all this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life in the company of heroes. After everything the captain's done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet. Thank you, we don't need Bacchus wine. Though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. Do another dungeon? 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. Vilbrand, whatever. I suspect I was looking for a place to die. Not gonna continue that thought. because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dressed. Was he well dressed? Was he dressed to impress? Yeah, I'll stop. Took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine. Get off the wine, man. I'll help you later in a side quest. Just let me take care of Titan first so you can taste it. It would help me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dressed sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks. I like that name. So perhaps, I'm not gonna say the name, can still tell you where to find him. Alright, where are we heading off to? Okay, just head down south. To Raincatcher Gully. I like that name. Alright, just a lot of talking today. We might not be able to fight Titan or any fights. But to be fair, that's why I kinda like an MMORPG. Makes a story with gameplay. And after you complete the story, there's nothing but gameplay left. So, you know, it's about balancing it, and I'm not very good at balancing it yet. Really, I'm not. But I'm learning. Kind of. Not really. Anyways. Hello. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. Nice. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. Why? When a man's got his face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone. Makes sense. I say, if you've a mind to find him though, then head southwest to the Severed String. That's a name? I prefer Raincatcher Gully, but what can you do? I guess it is technically southwest. I was gonna say it's more south, or that's more west than southwest, but whatever. Not going to nitpick directions, because technically it is true. Now if it was south by southwest, it would be... You know what? I'm not getting into that. Let's just not and say we did. Not gonna lie, the scenery here is very nice. Probably hot, not as hot as the desert, but... very nice, and am I going the right direction? I hope I am. I think I am. No, I did not enjoy the fate. Also, I really don't get the point of those. I remember at first they helped level, but now, eh. I'm sure there's like an achievement or something you get from doing them. Ooh, this is a nice house. Get off the hand, please and thank you. It would be very disrespectful to ride a hand into somebody's house. That sentence is a weird one. Hello. What do you want? How about some booze? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Okay, somebody's sick. Ooh, more potions. See, this is why I took the strength one. Now I'm about to get one for intelligence. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. Sorry, friend. I'm not. I never want to hurt anyone. I won't fight, I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop, make the midges go away. It sounds like you've been through it, friend, so let me help you. Plus, my blade, let's just say thirsts for some action. Dung midge swarm. That is disgusting, so please let me take care of him. And I do so much damage for a tank. I like it though. Tanks should be doing damage. Maybe not as much as damage dealers who specialize in it, but tanks should do damage. Ooh, we get regular drops. Good for if I ever get back to leveling up my crafters. I started, then stopped. Because I started thinking about other classes and all that good stuff. I can see why they make fun of Omni crafters being, on a different level, we'll say. Alright, just gotta take care of 3 more. I wonder how much faster this would go if I was a damage dealer. Would I one-shot these or two-shot them? Or would it be close? Don't know. Let's see, can I take her some gobos? Nope, that's not the mission. Just dumb midges. What the heck is a midge? Just look like flies to me. Alright, another 6 attacks on you. Actually, I think it's 6 exactly. Let's see, that's 3. Yep, that pretty much brings them to half. 4, 5, and 6. Taken care of. 1 more needed. Go away. Actually, I wonder what you drop. The flies, for some reason, drop blood. I'm not gonna ask about that. Do you drop anything good? For crafting. Also, I just realized you have 3 rows of teeth. What are you eating that you need that much teeth? Nope, you dropped nothing. That was a waste of time. Alright, Swarm. Let's do this. Get this done. Go back, talk to the friend, and see if he sends me on a dungeon quest. I feel like I'm in that part again where every few, MSQ quests, it's another dungeon. Which I don't mind. Helps break up the pace instead of, like we're doing right now, monster farming. Ooh, that'd be a fun game about ranching monsters. But like specifically the ones you would fight in MMORPGs, not... It's a monster, but it's also a beast. Like, no, give me... I guess in Final Fantasy terms, let me ranch you... What are they called? Arachuas and Moros? Like they're really like, why would anybody ranch these monsters? Yeah, that'd be fun. Ooh, kinda like the gladiator guy from Final Fantasy X. You catch monsters and he breeds them together to create ultimate monsters. Make a game about that guy. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. Oh, you're a foreigner. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Sorry to hear that, friend. Want some wine? And another love. That's exactly what I need. I wish to take money for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today, a red mantis at Red Mantis Falls. I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells times, it makes for fine wine. Sap in a coconut shell makes good wine? Interesting. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Mani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. Yeah, I hope so too. Now then, I'm gonna take some of your wine. Because I know this mission's all about wine, but... Come on, there's something else we can do, right? I guess not. We hunted worm, but I'm gonna keep bringing up the worm meat because it just doesn't sound appetizing. Whatever, after this is done we fight Titans, so it'll be worth it in the end. Palm wine. That doesn't sound as tantalizing as it seemed at first. The idea of, sap marinating, or not marinating, fermenting in a coconut shell, that sounded interesting. Is this a fishing spot? That sounded interesting. But calling it palm wine? Less interesting. Alright, we're done here again. Go talk to Mani. Probably like, This palm wine's delicious. In fact, it's the legendary Bacchus wine. Here, have a bottle. Give a bottle to everybody. Take it with you for your mission. Thank you, thank you. My life has meaning again. I bet you that's what the story's gonna be, right? Yeah, something close. Alright, probably faster to teleport, but I'm already walking. Cork bulbs. Probably named because of the wine in the region that they're like, hey, let's call them corks. Because we're all about wine in this area. Is that why they call it wine country? Because everything has to be related to the wine? Or is it because of all the whining they do? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I still love that glowy orange bit you can see in the land. I think they said that's from the Calamity. Either way, it looks nice. And there's a reason for it. It's not just a random, not gonna get into this, not gonna get into this. Alright, here's your palm wine. It has been some time, Mechanist. What news do you have of Dressed? How about wine? Sniff, sniff. Ah yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Dressed and I. Two men have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for too long. Yeah, you should go visit him. Although I guess it's kind of hard in your condition, I can escort you. It is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Mechanist. Ooh, a mission, and... Is that a minion? Cool, I can get rid of my wind-up boat. Swap them out every now and then. By the gods, Mechanist, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business. Yes, I am. But I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dressed palm wine. It's Bacchus wine, ain't it? He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which is very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are leaves of the Bacchus grape wine. Told ya. You know what this means? Somewhere in Rain-Catcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. Okay, so he didn't make the Bacchus wine, but he did happen to find it. We must know where Dressed found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. All the running around. Thankfully I have a hand. Everybody needs a helping hand, and I have mine. Oh, shut up, Orbo. What do you know about comedy? At least I try. Yeah, fail 100 times to succeed once. Alright. We're doing pretty good. How you doing, Orbo? Yeah, I'm a little tired too, but we have different reasons. Well, we're almost done. I only got a few more videos after this, then we could both use a rest. After we hook up that new energy. Cause, I needed some. I didn't realize how low I was. But enough talk about our personal lives. We're here to game. Now the question is, you know what? I'm betting. Okay, here's my guess. See that Goobu? He was covered in plant life. Considering I get a Goobu minion, my guess is a Goobu or something was grown, or has the Bacchus wine growing on it, so we gotta defeat it to harvest it. I'm guessing that's what we're gonna end up doing. Let's see if I'm right. Hey, I'm back. Oh, hello again. What is it? Where'd you find this? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut. Told you, to the south. But I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh Goobu. I called it again. Nailed it. Maybe the leaf came from vines growing on the back of one such beast. I triple called it. No, I will not shut up. I used deductive reasoning and game knowledge, and guess what? I was right not once, not twice, but thrice over. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some goobos are more territorial than others. You may have to defend yourself. We already beat one, taking care of some bugs. Let's hope this one at least offers me a challenge. Oh, it's right where I fought the other one. I might have accidentally already done the quest if it dropped an item. Can I just say, I would love it if more games had rare items they could only get from specific instances of bosses, but those bosses have a chance to always spawn, just so you can skip through the story. It makes speedrunning a lot more fun, and it also makes the story more interactive. For instance, that Gobu I already beat, well, this one's called Shizmu. You have a name. Alright, let's fight. But it'd be funny if that one Gobu that I had already fought dropped the leaf so I was able to skip ahead. Wow, you're weak. Now I know some games do that, but those are more like, oh, it's a fetch quest. I already fetched the item. And see, this is a key item, so it'd be funny if you had maybe a percentage chance of always finding the key item, or I don't know. This could be fun if, oh, I was defeating some bugs, a Google popped up, I killed it, and it's like, we need a legendary leaf from it. It's like, I already got one because it attacked me. It just makes the story a lot more fun and interesting when you can have some people accidentally just go through the story and collect every rare item on the first try. And then you're gonna have the people where you have to do the story quest, and the quest is go get this leaf. It's like, for the millionth time I gotta go get another leaf. Cut to the other person who, I already have that item, I already have that item, I already have that item. And they're just breathing through the story, and the NPCs would even be like, what the heck is wrong with you? How do you already have the items we need? And it would make speedrunning more fun. And random. I think it would be fun. Alright, this is probably the last quest, and then we'll go talk to Mr. Banquet Man, and we'll wrap up. Yes, Orbo, I know you're tired. Alright, back to Wineport. What's the point of talking to him? Whatever. Alright. What did Dress have to say, Mechanist? Tell me everything. Stick. All this glass is not bandages. Aha, I was right. The smell of this texture, I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... You want me to cut you? 12 as my witness. It is Bacchus grapevine. Where did you ever find this fantastic specimen? Our adventurer friend killed a monster for it. What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master... Berglint? Byerglint? We'll call him Burr. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It'd be so selfish of me to keep this cutting. Or I could go get another one so we could both try. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. And if you talked to anybody for more than 5 seconds, you probably would. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. And now he's gonna give him a bottle for thanks, and he's gonna give the bottle to me. Sir, you need it. Sniff, sniff. Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus? That's impossible. Let me try that again. Let's see. Of course he has a Bacchus bottle of wine, but that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since the years before the calamity. It was a crown jewel of my personal collection for years. I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. As far as you have a tiny mustache. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gurujuju, Guerrero will find no finer wine. Why waste it on his banquet? Keep it for yourself and just give me a regular bottle. Give me that palm wine. How much exotic and different. You have forever changed wine port, Mechanist. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver this wine to the captain. Keep it for yourself. Oh yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Alright, Alright. I still think you should have it. I don't think you should waste it on this banquet, but hey, what do I know? I'm just an adventurer. I'm just trying to save the world. What do I know about the small things in life? Alright. I think that should be our last fetch quest now, right? You can tell me how to fight Titan, which we'll do in next episode. And there's Yishtola, so yeah, we must be done. The prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? How about a legendary bottle of wine? Is that 7 hells? A 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. Yeah, which is why I don't get why we're wasting it on your banquet. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Mechanist. Thanks to you, this is the most luxurious feast Casa del Sol has seen in years. And I don't get why we're wasting a good bottle of wine on it. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Yeah, probably a bunch of nobodies, right? Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient, as am I. Send me another fetch quest, and next thing that they'll be fetching is your soul from the underworld. Luckily I know a necromantic dragon who could help. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin? Why am I the one telling her? Let me see. And that looks like a good place to stop. So what did we learn? The wine is going to be wasted. We did all that effort for wasted wine. I think that's all we learned today, right, Orbo? Oh well, next episode, hopefully we'll be taking down Titan. I really don't see anything else that could stand in our way. Let's hope, right? And let's hope we don't go back to Verdania. Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been the Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.